right now on the Keys Network. We got Stephen A. Smith again. Let's get into it. Yo, what's the word? What's the word? What's the word? What's the word? It's your man's DJ Key Product, the Chicago Mixtape Supplier, back with another one. If it's your first time on the channel, make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and hit that bell so every time I drop some new work over here on the Keys Network, you know what's going on. All right, so check it out. I was cruising on the internet. Y'all know how I be. I be on the internet each and every day. So I was on YouTube today, and I came across this video that Dreamers Pro, shout out Dreamers Pro, and the good people over there at the Dreamers Pro brand, podcast, YouTube channel, all that. They did a video on Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith is the gift that keeps on giving. Y'all know this. Y'all know how this goes. Listen, man. Basically, they did a show on him saying that he wanted to be the highest paid on-air personality over there at ESPN. Now, I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was the most paid. I thought he was already the highest paid on-air talent over there at ESPN, but apparently he's not. So they read an article that did they did the thing with the article talking about what it is verbatim that Stephen A. Smith said. But I'm here. I got my phone right here. And I am on the Sports Illustrated, website. Basically, they're touching on the same thing. So it says, Stephen A. Smith used 3 words to explain why he should be ESPN's top paid personality with the next deals. I guess the contracts are they're negotiating contracts, and that's kind of something that a lot of media companies do every year, maybe every 2 years. I don't know. I haven't worked. I don't know how it is. I don't work in media, but at least corporate media. So, according to the article, that's Sports Illustrated, after his reported $12 million annual salary was topped by major acquisitions like Pat McAfee, because Pat McAfee just came on, Stephen A. Smith wants to be ESPN's highest paid talent again. So, okay, I guess maybe he was at one point ESPN's highest paid talent. But let's see. Smith made the comments during an interview on Outkick the Show. He was asked outright by host Clay Travis whether it was important to him to be the highest paid personality at the company, and he didn't hesitate to make his own thoughts on the matter known. Smith says, "Hell yes. That's absolutely true." Smith said, "I've mastered my own business in the world of sports television. April 1st will mark 12 consecutive years I've been number one. Not only have I been number one every year, I've been number one every week and every month of every year for the last 12 years. So those are consistent numbers. That's actually a good argument to take to the negotiation table." Smith then spoke on why he believes he's so valuable, alluding to the success of his own show, The Stephen A. Smith Show, in addition to his appearances on First Take and a variety of other ESPN properties. "I'm not just a talent, I'm a business," Smith said. "I've got my own production company. I've got my own YouTube channel. I've got my own show. It's not even just a podcast. It's a show with a fully loaded television studio. That's what I built for myself that could go linear or digital. The list goes on and on. I'm doing all these things. I'm not doing all of that to be in second place. I'm not doing all of that to look up at somebody else and see that they're making more than me when I'm producing superior ratings and revenue. No, I'm not doing that. And and I'm not apologizing to anybody for it. I like that. I ain't gonna lie to you. I like that. The confidence of a black man. I like that. But here's the thing. It's a very compelling argument. Cause Stephen A. He like to debate. He get paid to debate. You got these other people. They making more money than you. They probably not putting up the same type of numbers as far as like viewership and some other metrics. But Stephen A. Smith is the face of that company. Let's just put that on the table. He's the face of the company. You know, you can't say like, well, not say, but you can't think of ESPN and not think of Stephen A. Smith, and vice versa. You think of Stephen A. Smith, you think ESPN First Take, and at one point ESPN Radio. You can't think of ESPN and not think of Stephen A. Smith. So it works both ways. But now, something he said in that last quote. Yeah, you're putting up all these numbers, and you don't want to come in second. So those are all really good reasons of why he should be the highest paid on air talent. And so, but this is the thing. You're dealing with corporate. I think what's starting to happen now is he's starting to see that maybe corporate's direction that they trying to go in ain't really the direction you trying to go in. You see what I'm saying? I know you giving these people 12 consecutive years of high ratings, numbers, revenue, all of that, because you got ESPN Plus, all these different apps, and ESPN is owned by Disney. So ultimately, you making Disney all this money. You see what I'm saying? Disney owns ABC. They own Freeform. They own ESPN. They own these networks. And they recently hired these two other people. One, I don't know who it was in particular, but one of the new people that they brought over there to ESPN, their contract is 80 million. 80 million. Another person's contract was, I think, 50 million. Yeah, and Stephen A. Smith, First Take, NBA Countdown, some other stuff. Like he had a radio show with ESPN, and you only getting 12 million? You're only getting 12 million and you putting up them type of numbers? What I would say to Stephen A. Smith, which is kind of what I would tell an artist that does like a consultation with me being a DJ, there's nothing like, and this is just to anybody. It's not to music. This is just anybody. The best way to go is actually independent. The best thing you can do is go independent. This is an opportunity for Stephen A. to really like, you talk about power. You got power in a corporate realm, at least for the show. First Take. You're an executive producer. You don't own the show because they can pull it from the channel at any time. But they can't touch your podcast. They can't touch your YouTube channel. Like you said, you got a whole production company. You got a fully loaded television studio that you do your show in consistently week in and week out. You got all these things. You got a whole crew of people that you pay with money that you are making from ESPN. And matter of fact, if you look at your subscribers and your metrics on YouTube, You making thousands of dollars off YouTube. But that's independent money. You see what I'm saying? That's independent money. If I was Stephen A. Smith, I'd go independent. I'd go independent. I know there's a plethora of colleagues and people that you've worked alongside of. Bro, if I was Stephen A, I'm going independent. If I'm taking all of that in consideration, cause see, then you can really boss up, and then you could say exactly what you want to say. You already doing it now on your podcast. You already doing it now on your podcast. You already doing it now on your show. I'm sure your YouTube channel is monetized, and I mean, cause you're not getting on here making videos for free. Ain't none of us doing this for free. We on here because we trying to build a brand. You see what I'm saying? I'm fairly new to YouTube. I just started back in September, making videos consistently in September, and I'm trying to build. I'm building this whole Keys network thing. But this channel has been in existence really since 2017. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, if I was Stephen A, I'm going independent. Own production company. It's people working for you. You can say what you want to say, and not have to tiptoe around things and walk on eggshells. You know. And like I said, it's yours. You ain't got to worry about trying to appease the bosses, and you gotta say what they telling you to say and everything. Like you'll be fully free. You know what I'm saying? And you see they paying these other people who putting up less numbers than you, but they paying them more than you. Like how is that happening? How? Like, and you can't go down there and be like, well, look, I mean, you could, but they'll look at you a certain type of way, like, man, who this nigga think he is? Yeah, he made us all this money, but nah, we gonna put we feel we should pay him this amount of money. We're gonna pay this man, even though he's just coming on board. We're gonna give him $80 million, and yeah, you've been here for a little while, but we're gonna keep you at 12 million. Sometimes that's how it go. So you gotta look at that too. Listen, man, it's just something about independence, man. It's just something about independence. It's I don't know, man. I don't want to use the cliche because everybody's saying it hit different. It's cliche now. It's just something about having your own, and you put your all and you build it up yourself. I mean, with help from other people that share your vision, but when you working for somebody, they dream don't align with yours, and you sitting up there building their kingdom, but they not pouring in and building into yours. I think Stephen A starting to see that now. It ain't always about the money. You can be loyal to somebody, but if they're not paying you what you're worth, because you actually worth, if you think about it, if with those type of numbers that Stephen A puts up, and he's the face of the network, he's worth way more than that 12 million. Be honest with you. He worth more than the salaries of some of those other people that's getting the 80 and the 50. It's worth more. Don't just let them pay you your quote. They got to give you what you worth. But this is corporate for you. They ain't got to do nothing. If it's theirs, they don't have to. They don't have to do anything. They can give you what they want to give you, and you better be happy with it if you want to stay there. Yeah, if I'm Stephen A, I'm going independent, man. I'm going independent. I'm going independent. But that's just me. But what say you? Drop a comment, leave a like, hit that subscribe, hit that bell. And until next time, hey.